In this video, I want to share with you how I go about pulling clean lines. By the end of this video, you will be able to click away with some new techniques that you could immediately apply to your end to see better lining results. Should you have any questions at all, I encourage you to drop a comment below. Rest assured, I'm going to do my best to assist in the best possible direction. If you find this video helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel, as I would greatly appreciate your support. With that being said, let's get right on into it. Starting from the top, one of the first things that I consider is the stroke of the machine that I am using. For this demonstration, it isn't really going to matter because the medium that I'm using to practice. However, when we are practicing on fake skin or when we are actually tattooing human skin, stroke is going to come into play. I'm going to touch base on that real quick. The higher the stroke, the harder the hit, the lower the stroke, the softer the hit. That's all that we really need to know. However, does stroke play a big role in lining? I would say it does, but it's not as important as everything else that we are going to go over in this video. However, for this demonstration, I am going to be using a 4.2 millimeter stroke. This is the Dragonhawk Fold Pro tattoo machine, Year of the Horse edition. So for those who are curious, that's what I am going to be working with here. I'm also going to be using an Inlumino ballpoint pen cartridge to get my point across because these are water based. I'm also going to be using a couple of my tattooing workbooks to deliver my points. This one's going to be the Tattoo Journal Volume 3, and I will also more than likely be using the Tattoo Practice Companion. I do have an assortment of other tattooing workbooks. I will be leaving my Amazon affiliate and other affiliate links for you in the description below so you can check out the gear featured in this video on your end. That is enough about stroke. If you're practicing with a ballpoint pen, even a 2.5 millimeter stroke machine and a workbook, you'd be just fine. Everything else still applies. We're basically walking up the staircase, building up the fundamentals from ground up. So some truly important variables that we need to consider. Let's go over that now. The most important variables that I do consider when I am creating lines are the voltage that I am using, my hand speed to my voltage, the needle size, and my angle. Those are some of the most important variables that I do consider. However, I do go over this in depth within the Art of Tattooing Lines. It's a book that I wrote, and I also have another book called the Fundamental Tattoo Handbook, which goes over in depth all of the basic essentials that we will be using when we are creating lines, shading. You get the idea. Considering the voltage, the hand speed to the voltage, the needle size, and the angle, those are the four important variables. So that kind of covers the four bases that I am going over in this video. If I am tattooing on fake or human skin, I typically line at around 6 to 7 volts, depending on the needle that I am using. If I'm using like a 3-round liner, I'll take that down to 5 volts. So I'm gonna treat this ballpoint pen cartridge like a 3-round liner. The same rule of thumb that I'm sharing here is the exact same rule of thumb that I use on fake and human skin. So running at 5 volts, 4.2 millimeter stroke, using the Inlumino ballpoint pen cartridge as a 3-round liner. Now the next variable that comes to mind is aligning this voltage to my hand speed. The last thing I need to do is be moving quicker than the needle is moving. If I'm going to be moving faster than the needle is moving, I'm not going to give the needle enough time to make the rounds that it needs to make to deposit the ink in a clean, solid, consistent, saturated manner. That is literally the exact opposite of what we want to be doing when we are lining. So keeping that in mind, what I'm going to do is I'm going to align that voltage. So I'm going to be using the sound and the feel of the vibration to align my hand movements. So if I'm going to be pulling a line this fast, I'm not going to get what I need to get. I'm going to slow it down and let the needle make enough rounds so that way the lines that is left behind is clean, solid, consistent, and saturated. Now, another important variable is the angle of my needle. I can't be lining like this. I can't be lining like this, like if I'm drawing with a pencil or a pen, or like this. You get the idea. The idea is to align the needle at an angle that allows for every single pin that makes up that needle to hit the skin, break it open, deposit the ink, and then make another round trip to repeat that process. So the idea would be a little something like this. So you can see my angle is like right around here. So I would say that's about a 90-degree angle on a spectrum going this way and this way. You get the idea. I don't want to pull a line this way. I don't want to do it like that. I don't want to do it like that or like that. I want to kind of align this carefully. And you can see that my setup is I'm using this part of my hand. I'm planting it. I bring in these 3 fingers. My middle finger goes right here. And then my thumb and my index grip around to hold it steady. And you can go ahead and move your fingers around as needed Take what you want from this approach and then apply it to something that feels natural and comfortable to you. So with that being discussed, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what moving too fast would look like. So this is what it's gonna be when we move too fast. So if you look right here, this is a prime example of why aligning the hand speed to the voltage is important. Taking a close-up look at this first deposit right here, you can see that we did not get any sort of saturation. However, what did happen was we created a whole bunch of little dots, as you can see, that makes up a sort of stippled textured look to it. It's not creating a clean, solid, consistent, saturated line. The reasoning behind that is because we did not give the needle enough time to make the rounds that it needs to make to deposit the ink in a clean, solid, consistent, saturated manner. And this is where that variable comes into place, where aligning our hand speed to the voltage that we are using is very important, because if not, our work is going to look sketchy and choppy all the way through. That is the exact opposite, especially if we are trying to deposit clean, solid, consistent, saturated lines. Now, the opposite side of the spectrum of moving too fast with our hand speed to our voltage is obviously going to be moving too slow. So moving too fast, we're going to get a sort of choppy, sketch-like appearance. Moving too slow, we're going to cause damage to the skin, getting a sort of raised, textured appearance, and also causing more pain to whoever's getting the tattoo. And moving too slow is pretty obvious. So, I mean, over time, you're going to develop that feel for it naturally, but moving too slow would look something like this. Like I'm barely making any progress. Does that make sense? Still moving too slow. I'm barely, and you can see how the ink is building up, and building up, and it's depositing and getting thicker. And if I go look at the back, you can see that that actually kind of goes through the back of the paper. Now, granted, we are using paper. However, it is definitely possible to apply lines without breaking through, even stipple shading. There's videos on my YouTube channel that you can go and confirm where I am literally layering up stipple shades on paper without breaking through the back at all. So it is 110% possible. But let me finish this line of moving too slow. So you can see that I'm not making and covering much ground at all. Nothing else is wrong. I'm just covering ground really slowly when applying this entire line. That's exactly what we want to stay away from. We need to stay away from going too fast and going too slow. So aligning the hand speed to the voltage combined in unison with the angle of the needle is going to give us the deposits that we are looking for. And again, this rule of thumb can be applied to any needle we use. It does not matter. We could even align with a mag once we get advanced enough, and we're still going to use these basic fundamental principles here. We went over going too fast, we went over going too slow. You can see how the results definitely look adverse. Let's go over healthy hand speed to voltage. So aligning my hand speed to my voltage at a healthy pace would look a little more like this. So I'm going to go ahead and taper into the line. And then I'm going to make my way from point A to point B as shown in the workbook exercise. And you can see that I created a line in one fluid motion, giving the needle enough time to make the rounds that it needs to make to deposit the ink in a clean, solid, consistent, saturated manner, but without overworking the skin, causing scarring, raised healing, and textures in our work. When the tattoo heals, we should feel no texture on the skin or little to none, which is a proper technique. However, it should also read and look the way that we needed it to look, which is again also proper technique. So the main takeaway from this video is to understand that we have to align a multitude of moving variables to accomplish clean, solid, consistent, saturated lines. I do go over this in depth once again within the Fundamental Tattoo Handbook and the Art of Tattooing Lines, which they are available on Amazon.com. Head on over to Amazon, type in Daniel Yuck or the Art of Tattooing Lines or the Fundamental Tattoo Handbook, and you will see the book pop right on up. This is going to be going too fast, going way too slow, and just right. And that process would be repeated throughout the entire tattoo. So for example, you can see in the Tattoo Journal Volume 1 right here, you can see that I'm listing A to B, and these are the directions that we're going to be transferring. That exercise and that rule of thumb is going to be exactly what we would be using if we were tattooing a real tattoo. So for example, I created that clean line, and then the tattoo process would look a little something like this. I move on over, identify my next A point, which is right here. And then from there, I go ahead and identify my B, which is right there. And then I would make my way from my A point to my B point while giving my needle enough time to do what it needs to do to deposit the ink cleanly. Here's my A point, my B point, and there we go. I'm messing with different pressures here as well because I can get different line weights with this ballpoint cartridge while gaining more experience with depth control for various style of tattoos. But you get the idea. So that is basically how I go about pulling clean, solid, consistent, saturated lines using a multitude of moving variables, aligning those real time to accomplish clean, consistent, solid, saturated, real-time results. Should you have any questions at all, I encourage you to drop a comment down below. Rest assured, I'll do my best to guide you in the best possible direction. I will leave my affiliate links for you to the gear featured in this video down below in the description and in a pinned comment so you can check it out on your end. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up for me and subscribing to my channel, as I would greatly appreciate your support. With that being said, I appreciate you, your time. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.